Hey everybody, this is Leslie at Grouchy.com with the Rolling Stones playing in the background. How are you guys doing? Oh my gosh, sorry. I should always look at myself before I come on here, but I didn't, so oh well. So I want to talk about inspiration today, but I also, oh, there goes the Rolling Stones. I also want to tell you guys thank you so much for coming on to Parachute TV today and filling that stinking room up, and all your great comments, and all of you that typed in my website over and over again, and all of you that's okay. Yeah, thank you, Aaron, for watching replay. For all of you that are watching in replay, for all of you that are giving hearts, I mean, it was just amazing. So if you didn't know, that's okay, Victoria. Don't worry about it. I'm serious. There is replay available if you want to go see it for the next 24 hours. But it was just so amazing. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Gosh, you guys are great. That's awesome. Good. But it was just an amazing morning or afternoon, and I just really appreciate it. If you don't know, I had a spotlight show on Parachute TV 1 today. My show is called Flip the Switch, and we'll just wait now to hear if it's something that they want me to continue with. So if it is, awesome, we'll move forward. If not, that's okay too. I'm just rolling with the punches. So yes, it was very cool. So thank you guys for being there. So let me introduce myself. Before I do that, I am going to ask that you share out with your followers. Right down here in the corner, there is a little guy. If you just tap him on his cute little head and share it with your followers, I would greatly appreciate that. So we're going to talk. Thank you, Star. We are going to talk a little bit about inspiration today, and we're going to talk about mercy. So I typically try to do 2 scopes a day. One is at noon Mountain Time. That one is scheduled. I'm there. We're doing it. The other scopes that I try to do are called inspiration scopes, and then sometimes I just do crazy scopes because that's just how I roll. But this one is the inspiration. So anytime you see hashtag light bulb, that is typically wellness, health, blah, 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 blah. Anytime you see hashtag inspiration at the beginning of the title, that means we're talking about inspiration. So we're going to talk about inspiration here. My name is Leslie. I have a website, go2kitchens.com. I consider myself a light bulb expert. They just follow me around, little light bulb emojis. I consider myself a light bulb expert. And the reason I say that is because 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. A little over 3 years ago now, I was diagnosed with cancer, and it threw a wrench into my perfect, beautiful little world. And I didn't really know how to respond at the beginning of that journey. And then a light bulb went off, and I quickly began to realize that my body created cancer for a reason, and it was my job to figure out what that reason was. And so I started fortifying myself with whole foods, real foods. I started detoxing. Hi Patti, it's good to see you. I started detoxing. I started doing all kinds of stuff to help fortify my body, and I was passionately seeking light bulb moments. I wanted light bulb moment after light bulb moment. I never wanted that feeling to go away that I had when I had discovered my health. And so now here I am, 45 years old, in better shape than I've ever been in my entire life, and feeling great even after cancer. So that is who I am. I have a website, go2kitchens.com, go2kitchens.com. So today I want to read to you, I have a post that I do on Facebook every day. I try to every day anyway. It doesn't always happen. And it's the hashtag for that is always light, never darkness, because it is my mantra in life. It is my mantra in life to always live in the light and never live in the darkness. And I actually say to myself routinely, please let me be light into dark spaces and never darkness into light spaces. And that is how I try to live. So I'm going to read you what I wrote this morning, and we'll go from there and we'll discuss it. So it says this. It says, mercy. A form of compassion that is unique to someone else's desperate situation. Giving mercy can make you feel like you have the upper hand in a situation, but giving mercy with a compassionate heart can give you the gift of humility. It can be practiced every day if you look for the opportunities. Have mercy, give mercy, practice mercy. Hugs and kisses, always light, never darkness. So that is that was my thought this morning, and I was thinking a lot about showing compassion for other human beings, and I was thinking about I was thinking about the mercy of God. I was thinking about God's mercy and how he sheds it on us routinely as human beings. And that's just my personal belief. You may believe something different, and that's totally fine. And we're not going to get all religious here. This is not a religious scope. But that's what I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about God's mercy and how he pours it upon us onto the human race on a routine basis. And if we are to live like God and to be like God, then and to prosper in his ways, then we should be practicing mercy. Then I started thinking about mercy. That's okay, honey, Janie, don't watch it. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You are with me every single day. One day is not going to kill me. Although I do miss you when you're not in my broadcasts. I can tell you that. So, hey, from West Point, it's good to have you here. So I was thinking about mercy and how it can be abused. And this is human to human contact now. So we're talking about somebody that is, it's good to have you here. So we're talking about somebody that is actually, requiring mercy from us, and we give it to them. And it makes us feel like we have the upper hand. It makes us feel like a hero. I was a hero today because I shed mercy on somebody, or I showed somebody mercy, or maybe somebody screwed up and it was a mistake, and they need to be forgiven of that mistake, and you show them mercy towards that mistake, and you feel like that you have the upper hand, right? Like, because they screwed up, and so and you said it was okay, and you forgave them, and so you have that upper hand. And that is really not what mercy is. That's not what mercy is at all. Mercy should come with a compassionate heart. Mercy should come from a place of being compassionate towards another human being. So if somebody screws up and you forgive them, it was a mistake or whatever it was, and you forgive them of that screw up, and you have mercy upon them, if you show them that mercy with a compassionate heart, if you're passing that mercy on with a compassionate heart, with love and respect, right? Then you're absolutely allowed all the benefits of humility. And humility is such an amazing property to have. It is such an amazing, you have to really practice. You have to really, really practice to have humility. It does not come natural for most of us. When something good happens to us, we want to tell the entire world, and we want everybody to know how awesome we are, right? And so it's hard to have that humility. And it's the same thing. It does not come easy. That's right. And it's the same thing when you show somebody mercy, right? When you show somebody mercy, and you and for their situation, for what's happened, the mistake or whatever it is, and then to have compassion that way, and then to find humility in their mistake. Because if you turn the tides and the mistake happened to you, and you were the one that had the mistake, and you needed the compassion and you needed the mercy, wouldn't you want somebody to give that to you with a compassionate heart and not with an upper hand, like power struggle thing? Because I know I would. And that's where the humility comes in. That's where we begin to understand the principles of humility in our life. And so it's another thing that I say to myself every single day, because of the nature of my business, because I'm helping people have light bulb moments, right? So every single day I have somebody email me. I have many people emailing me or sending me messages or whatever. I know, right? That's right. Absolutely. That's beautiful. Yeah, I know. It's so hard. It's not an easy thing to do. And so, but every single day I have people writing into me and telling me, oh my gosh, you changed my life. I don't know. I was lost before I found you and my health, and now I'm getting my health back. And it's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, and they thought that I had cancer, and I've been eating healthy for 3 weeks, and I went back for my CAT scan, and the mass that they saw is gone. I mean, I get this all day long. All day long I get these kinds of stories, and it's hard. It is hard to practice humility. It is hard for me to be humble sometimes, and I pray every single morning without fail, and throughout the day I pray, God, this has nothing to do with me. I am your vessel. I have been trusted with a message. Whoever trusted me with that message, I have been trusted with a message to spread out to people, and it doesn't have anything to do with me. Take me out of the equation completely. Let me be as humble as I can possibly be about this, because I can't come out here thinking I'm a badass, excuse my language, all the time, and you guys have any respect for that, because I wouldn't, right? And so I have to practice that humility. So going back to Mercy, I'm gonna share a situation with you that happened. Thank you, Patti. I'm gonna share a situation with you that happened to me, and it's very unique. By the way, Taz 32 is my sister-in-law, by the way. So I had a dear friend that made a mistake. We won't talk about the details of the mistake, but she made a mistake, and she was deeply regretful for what happened. Hi, thanks for being here. She was deeply regretful for what happened, and this mistake directly affected me personally. And she's a really dear friend, and I knew, well, actually I didn't know at first when it happened. I thought that it was malicious. I thought that she was trying to be malicious towards me, and I was just like, what in the world? So not right, you know? And so it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way, actually. And so, hey, Rosemary, it's good to see you. And so, so I was just really aggravated about the whole situation. And so she came to me and she admitted that she made a mistake, and that she was sorry, and that she wanted to, it's nice to see you too, and that she wanted to reconcile instead of me getting on a high horse going, you really hurt my feelings, and it was really hard for me to take that you did that, and I couldn't understand what was happening because you weren't talking to me about the situation. And again, not going into details. And I instead of doing all of that, I just said, I don't know what your motives were. I don't know why it happened the way it did, but the fact that you're coming to me now and that you want to reconcile, I'm all about that, because we've been friends for a long time, and any of that little silliness is just not worth our friendship. And she just looked at me like, because she was expecting an argument. I could tell. The old Leslie would have argued with her. And she was expecting an argument. And I didn't argue. I just let it go. And I showed her mercy. And I showed her mercy with a compassionate heart. And it just flooded all over her. No, it's not hard. It's really not hard for me to trust her after that. Because of the love that I showed back to her, she was just overwhelmed. She just cried. She was like, I'm just overwhelmed that you would, that you would give me this opportunity in our friendship again. I said, you know what? I love you, and I trust you, and we're going to be fine. So, and we just moved forward from it. And that's been years ago. This has been many, many years ago, and we're still great, great friends. And I never anything like this has ever happened again. And so you never know somebody's heart or the situation, especially if they lash out, especially if they have a tendency to lash out. So sometimes showing mercy and using that humility of swallowing your pride to say that it's okay, to use that humility and say, it's okay, it's cool, we're good, is so powerful, because she recognized that my heart was compassionate, and that my heart was pure, and that my intentions towards our friendship were pure, and that my dedication towards our friendship was pure. And because of that, it empowered her to never have to do anything like that again. She never felt the need to go behind my back like she did. So that's exactly right. You're exactly right there. So it actually empowered the situation as opposed to igniting it. Because if I had been nasty back to her in that situation, then it would have empowered her to be nasty back to me out in the way that she was before, to say, I knew I was right. I knew that's, blah, 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 blah. But I just totally disarmed her with the fact that I get it. I understand. Because she had nothing there anymore. There was nothing. I stripped her of her ammunition completely, because she couldn't go back, right? She couldn't go back and say, well, and I tried to apologize, and she didn't want to apologize. She didn't want me to apologize or whatever. I just said, I understand. And I embraced her, and I loved her. Yes, absolutely. And so, yes, that's exactly right. Compassion and humility you show mirrors others how they should be. That's exactly right. I agree with that 100%. So just disarming the situation. So I'm going to read it to you one more time. Mercy, a form of compassion that is unique to someone else's desperate situation. Giving mercy can make you feel like you have the upper hand in a situation. That's the bad kind, right? But giving mercy with a compassionate heart can give you the gift of humility. It can be practiced every day if you look for opportunities. Have mercy, give mercy, practice mercy. Hugs and kisses, always light, never darkness. So that is my... Good. I love that, Janie. Good. I'm happy that I was toying with the idea because I have a meeting very soon. I thought, man, do I have time to do this? But I do, and I'm glad that I took the time to do that. So, and I'm glad that you were here. So, yes, absolutely. So, you guys have mercy, give mercy, practice mercy. It's a powerful, powerful tool that you have as a human being. You know, being grouchy all the time. Thank you, Aaron. Being grouchy all the time, that doesn't do you any good whatsoever. It just makes everybody else around you grouchy, and what happens is you just end up in a big Grouchy Fest. I love it. I love it, Janie. Good. I love it. You know, and you don't want that. You don't want a big Grouchy Fest around you. Yes, that's absolutely right. Keep the peace and move forward. It's true. It's true. We are blessed when we show true mercy. Absolutely. Yeah. Hashtag no Grouchy Fest. Not that I don't get grouchy. Holy cow. Ask Robin. I totally get grouchy. And sometimes I cause a Grouchy Fest around here. And sometimes he gets grouchy and causes a Grouchy Fest. But as a general rule of thumb, we try to do this. Absolutely, Patti. Yes, it can help with coworkers tremendously because you're disarming a situation, right? Because if you just don't even argue, right? Then you've totally disarmed a situation. They have no ammunition against you. And then you can walk away knowing that you did the right thing, that you showed the compassionate heart, that you had the compassionate mercy. So even family members, you guys are like whipping it out. You're making a list. Okay, this is what you guys are doing. This is what you're doing. You got your Sharpie out, you got your piece of paper, and you're like, okay, who does this work with? You're just making a list. Don't cry, Patti. You're just making a list. Who can I work with this? Who can this work on? That's awesome. Oh, goodness. Oh, no, he did great. I mean, really, 2 thumbs up to my amazing husband who has never put an emoji, right? 2 thumbs up in my parachute broadcast to my husband who has never thrown an emoji in a comment anywhere ever in his life. And I'm watching the emojis go up and he's like getting all creative because I just told him to do light bulbs so it would be easy because he's trying to work and he's trying to do that for me. And I just told him, I was like, just put the light bulbs in. It'd be totally cool. I know, right? And so you're welcome, Rosemary. And so he's totally throwing down. Patti, this is your brother. It's so funny. He's totally throwing down like the fancy emojis. Like he's digging through the emojis going, oh, I like that one. And I like that one. He's making little patterns. I was like, what? What in the world? It was hilarious. I was loving it. It was awesome. I know. It was so cute. I was so proud of him. He did do good. I was so proud of him today. He's a trooper that way. He will do anything. He believes in my mission so much. He believes in what I'm doing so much. He believes in my message so much that he would do absolutely anything to help me get it out there. So yeah, I know, right? You don't believe it. Your brother doing that? What? I know. I have an assistant. He's lovely too. He can't sit on my lap though. He's too big. I will. You guys will be the first to know. As soon as I hear, I'll make a broadcast and let you guys know. So yes. All right. I'm going to read it one more time and then I'm going to be, yeah, so just go watch the rebroadcast. It's on Parachute TV. It's got a replay for 24 hours. So, yeah, actually he's not that much bigger than I am, but he still can't sit on my lap. So I'm going to read it to you one more time. Mercy, a form of compassion that is unique to someone else's desperate situation. Giving mercy can make you feel like you have the upper hand in a situation, but giving mercy with a compassionate heart can give you the gift of humility. It can be practiced every day if you look for opportunities. Have mercy, give mercy, and practice mercy. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have an amazing, amazing evening. I will be back here at noon Mountain tomorrow. Noon Mountain time. That is, we are talking about the different types of storage in a kitchen, and mostly food storage is what we're going to be talking about. So thank you, Patti. Thank you. I love you very much. Yeah, you're welcome. I think it's really powerful too. I really felt blessed to have this message this morning. So thank you. Yes, I have a meeting at 6. So, and it's with an amazing group of people that I always can't wait to talk to. So, all right, you guys, love you so much. And I will see you, tomorrow, noon Mountain time. We're talking kitchen storage in the Kitchen Hacks Week. And if you don't know me, please follow me at GoToKitchens, right here on Periscope, all social media at at GoToKitchens, at GoToKitchens.com.